Here it is, the Bakersfield podcast with Matt Munoz. Audio brought to you by Chain Cone Clark.
Greetings, Bakersfield listeners. You know, summer is officially over, but here in California's Central Valley, it feels like summer until about the end of October, which of course is my favorite time of year, Halloween. On today's episode, we're going to take a leap over the full moon back to last year when my band Mento Brew released our Skalloween EP that featured kooky Scott-up renditions of Halloween novelty classics Goo Goo Muck by Ronnie Cook and the Gay Lads, Buck Owens' It's a Monsters Holiday, and our new Spanish language version of Goo Goo Muck titled Chuchu Moco. Yes, it actually did happen. Now, we had so much fun. We also had our friend Brian Wallace, who goes by the name Dub Robot, to remix each tune into psychedelic reggae dub treats. Skalloween is available at all digital streaming outlets, so go get it, but not until you check out this special Bakersfield crossover with the Real Talk Show, a weekly show I also co-host on Forge 103.9 out of Bakersfield, California. In this episode, you'll hear me, drummer Cesario Garasa, show co-host Bob Fuentes, along with my homie and former co-host Andres Chavez. We talk a lot about the history behind these tunes out of Bakersfield, lots of fun facts, and I think you're going to dig it. Of course, you're going to hear the tunes. All right, kids, beware the Chuchu Moco. It's Skalloween time with Mento Brew here on the Bakersfield podcast.
Forge 103.9, a new sound. You know, we've been hinting about this album and this guest all day. And, you know, I think it's only right because, you know, we have one of the other band members here on the show as a host. So, Matt Munoz, if you want to go ahead and introduce
Matt's playing dual roles today.
He's playing dual roles today?
He's a co-host and band member.
Okay, I'm going to step back into my co-host before I step into the band member.
Yep.
Okay, so we are joined in the studio by a very dear friend of mine, fellow musician. He is a drummer. He is a music educator. He is also a part-time music journalist. But I say he is a member of my band, longtime compadre, Mr. Cesario Garasa.
How y'all doing? Hey, everyone.
Look at that. You invited Matt as one of your groomsmen, and he didn't even clap for you first.
Absolutely.
Right? I was there. Remember, I was there.
He wasn't he wasn't the best man. He was just one
I
of
was
the
just one of
groomsmen.
the men.
So let's just get right into it. How'd you meet this vato?
Met him through a long time ago in the early 90s. I was in a band, my first real band called Paper House. My real band, the ones that were actually playing. So they were playing shows as opposed to just playing in the garage, that same song over and over again. And we had a friend of ours, Armando Joe Vasquez.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, who was the trombone player in Mento. He was the band's quote-unquote security. And through him, we met Matt. And what ended up happening was that half the band kind of ended up being in Mento Buru, one member at a time. And when it came time for them to need a drummer, I
said quote-unquote security.
Yeah.
I was there for their debut show. It's like so many memories.
Unpack that for me a little bit.
Well, because
did they actually need security back in the day?
That's the joke, was because we hired him for security, and so he eventually became a bouncer later on downtown. But at the time, he would be at the end of the stage with his arms crossed and just looking menacing, but there would be 3 people in the crowd.
When you're a young band and you're just starting out, you obviously do have these dreams and these kind of delusions of grandeur. Their first gig, we're going to need security. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, you're the biggest Mexican in our friends. You're going to be security.
You're the meanest.
And I was there for that show too. And I was just, what are you standing here with your arms crossed, looking at me, Joe?
Did you guys pay Joe?
I think they paid him in glory. You're the man. But
probably some Bud Ices too.
It's like the 3 guys. So it's like 2 guys and their girlfriend, and they might wanted to get closer to the stage, and no. Stand back.
I just remember that show that the keyboard player who ended up becoming the Mento keyboardist.
Yep.
There was no room on the stage, so he was on the floor.
Yes, and Mike Brown was on the floor. He also played trumpet with Mento for a while, which led to a few. But at one point we, just to kind of give a picture of how popular we were. At one point, we had a song that was written. It was coming from the point of view of the lead singer whose friend was serving in the army at the time. Desert Storm was happening, and so it was a statement on that. And he had this globe this, like the old
Yeah.
school globes, and not even the ones that were like mounted. It was just like round ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about the world and he was talking about it. We were envisioning that all of us were that he would throw it out to the audience and people would grab it and kind of like move it around like a beach
Yeah.
ball. But with 3 people in the audience, there
It was kind of hard. It was more of like a pass around.
no, it just kind of bricked
Yeah.
onto the floor and just
It's like when you see those people do a stage dive and everybody just kind of spreads out. And then
yeah.
boom.
But or more to the point, the person that stage dives but doesn't really realize, or maybe realizes and ignores that there's only 3 people there. So like it's not even the people moving apart. The people are still there. He just kind of
So you,
belly flops into the crowd.
Yeah.
Like what were you expecting?
so you're the drummer, right? And backing
Yes.
vocalist.
I'm in the back. Got the
Yeah.
vantage point
So
there.
have you ever stage dive?
Yes,
Stage dive?
I have in watching in other concerts. There was a very '90s thing to do.
Yeah.
But I did do the belly flop one time at the Special Beat show that I went with
Yeah.
Matt actually. Where
Do you remember that, Matt?
Of course I do.
yeah, and it was one of those things where I went yay and the
Plop.
part.
Have you guys ever done has a Mento concert ever had a stage dive?
There's, most of the stages around here are kind of like ground
Yeah.
level,
Yeah.
so it hasn't had that many opportunities. And if anybody tried to get on the stage, they'd end up taking half the band with them because the stages are always so small. There's too many
small.
people on
Yeah.
stage. So, nah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of band dancers, like a lot of people coming on stage and wanting to dance
Or
and shake,
fall
but-
into the stage, dive into the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dive towards you guys?
just like, hey,
So
Yeah.
we're gonna get into the album here. We have to.
Yeah.
Bob's looking at me like, "Yo, speed this up." But look at folks. We're here because Matt. Just you can explain a little bit, very briefly. But we're here because Mento's debuting their Halloween album.
Yeah, we have a project. It's called Scalloween, and it's we're about
Scalloween.
Scalloween,
Nice.
Mento Brew Scalloween, and we did it in collaboration with the Arts Council of Kern, and we wanted to do like a Halloween themed, Halloween/Bakersfield theme Halloween music project, and we're ready to debut it.
Yeah, I got a sneak peek to it when we were out on our way to go cover some news. I guess you would call it.
It was in progress at the time.
it was really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. But Bob, what's that first song we have queued up?
Matt, I want you to introduce this song, right? Because I have not listened to it at all. I've
All
had
right,
it in
yeah.
my inbox, and
Okay.
I want Matt to
It's
introduce
safe.
it.
It's safe for airplay, by the way.
It's safe for
Yes,
oh,
sir.
oh
Yes,
that
it
would
is.
be that would be
Okay.
a bad thing. So
Okay, so first song, it's the leading track off Scalloween. It's called "The Goo Goo Muck." It was originally done in 1962 by a Bakersfield singer-songwriter by the name of Ronnie Cook, who has since departed 3 years ago. Sadly, he's gone, but we wanted to redo it. It was done like during the golden age of rock and roll, and now we're doing it a ska style. So this is "The Goo Goo Muck."
Oh, when the sun goes down and the moon comes up, I turn into a teenage goo-goo muck. Yeah, I cruise through the city and I roam the street, looking for something that is nice to eat. You better duck when I show up, the Goo Goo Muck. I'm the night bird hunter looking for a head, with a way out body underneath that head. Yeah, I'll get you, baby, with a little luck, 'cause I'm a teenage tiger and a Goo Goo Muck. You better duck when I show up, the Goo Goo Muck. jungle and I'm a beast. I'm a teenage tiger looking for a feast. Yeah, I want the most, but I'll take the least. 'Cause I'm a Google Muck tiger and a teenage beast. You better duck when I show up. The Google Muck. I need some more. You better duck when I show up. The Google Muck.
103.9, a new sound. We are back, and I really enjoyed that song. I really
Get
did.
you in the spirit.
It got me in the Halloween. I'm not actually a big Halloween person, to
What?
be honest. Yeah.
You don't like candy corn?
I'm blind, so I can't really see in the dark.
I have a quick question before we get into
Yeah.
Why do people call Halloween Halloweeny?
Did I call it Halloweeny?
No, but
Oh,
I see that all the
I was
time.
thinking
I
it.
know.
Yeah,
I
people.
was thinking it.
Yeah, Halloweeny, man.
How
I don't
it's-
know.
We're
Oh.
silly Americans. It's one of those things.
When I
that,
hear
you know,
Halloweeny, I think of weenies and eggs.
Yeah.
Like a hot dog with nothing in the middle.
A
just the
literal
skin.
Halloweeny.
Weenie,
Yeah, like a
weenie and a
Halloween, yeah.
tortilla being burnt on their open flame.
Yep. The Mexican hot dog right there.
Stuffing the weenie with candy corn.
Everybody has that one fork that's all burnt.
But Matt, you were talking about the original composer of Goo Goo Muck, right? And that he was originally from Bakersfield, correct?
Yeah. It's one of those weird stories that in 1962, Bakersfield, they talk about the Bakersfield sound with all the country music and all that stuff, where there was another side to it. There was the rock and roll scene that was going on, in the late 50s and the mid 60s. And there was little micro recording studios all over Bakersfield. And this particular studio called Audan, which was located right over there in Westchester. It's gone now. There's a house built in the property. These little studios, Merle Haggard would go in there record, and Ronnie Cook was one of the guys that was kind of in the scene. Started as a rock and roll guy, had the pompadour, playing rockabilly and stuff. And so he just, everybody was releasing records at the time. So he was just one of those guys that's kind of in the kind of hidden figures history of the Bakersfield music history, that he released a lot of weird tunes. Like, you can kind of deep dive and find out that a lot of these songs don't even exist. If you're a hardcore collector, you may have a copy of the original Goo Goo Muck, but it's like, it's a Halloween tune, and the way we found it was the Cramps, who are a famous punk, like horror punk band from the 80s. They released it in 1980. And
They play that one song all tore up. It's like dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so what we found out that Lux Interior, the singer from the Cramps, was looking through like one of those bargain bins of records in like a Woolworths or something like that. Found this song, Goo Goo Muck, took it home. Oh, you know what? We're going to cover this. So in 1980, kind of gave it new life, but still nobody knew it was Ronnie Cook from Bakersfield until
So this song
years
has
later.
a local tie.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah,
So-
and it just keeps on going.
Society, tell me a little bit about like the process, right? In terms of, you guys have to give it the Mento sound.
Oh yeah, he was very instrumental in that.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
it's kind of the same way that we did our Christmas EP that we recorded last year, which is one of those things that we do as the band. Is we can't look at it from the outside and go, we're going to do it like this or we're going to do it like this, because then it just kind of drives the song into the ground. The best method that we have is everyone learns the song. We figure out the key, we learn it on our own, we go into the room and we start playing. And then what happens is the song kind of takes its own shape by just the process of having the players play the song. And then once we kind of, play it a few times, we do it like the recording, we play it like the Cramps, we play it like the other one. And then after playing it a certain amount of times, it sort of starts changing into what it's going to be. Once we kind of find out which way to route traffic, then that's the direction that we start going. And the main
It's
thing,
been covered a bazillion
Yeah.
times, but they all sounded the same.
yeah, it's because
It was
it's
like
so
they were just redoing it.
it's like the Cramps cover was so iconic that everybody kind of wants to do that. When you get a song that's that strong, when the cover is that strong, you don't the gravity wants to pull it that way. So the main thing that I look for is to see how Matt reacts. And Matt's reaction is he moving? Because it's kind of like if he's dancing to it or if he's moving to it and responding to it, then it works really well. Because then they'll be able to feel it when he's singing it and also be able to dance to it.
We do
when he's
have
listening to it.
have a weird thing.
Yeah.
Cesario and I, the way we develop these kind of things.
Vocals and drums. It's a very I mean we've got we're closing in on 30 years of chemistry here.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. And then after we do that, we figure out the tempo.
Yeah.
And usually what ends up happening is it's just like we record our rehearsals, and usually we listen back to if there's a particular time that we played it where it feels good or it sounds good, we listen back to the recording and go, okay, that one's really good. Figure out the tempo for it, and then go from there and just iron out the small parts.
Nice. So before we get into the next song, why didn't the Monster Mash make the cut?
What, no Bakersfield ties?
Yes,
And
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm joking. Yeah.
I play it every year in my Bakersfield house. What are you talking about?
Well, you know what? To me, the way the original Monster Mash needs no remake. It's one of those perfect kind of like all-purpose tunes. You could play it year-round.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be
It
remade.
was a graveyard smash.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's actually a really good thing. Once you brought it up,
man.
it's going to be stuck on my head all day now, all day.
And the reason why I asked that because the next song is "It's a Monster's Holiday."
Yes.
So talk to us about that.
Yeah.
Cesario, Matt, whoever wants to talk about it.
I'll give this.
Okay, so there was pretty much this is the one of the two Bakersfield connected Halloween tunes. Goo Goo Muck, 1962, 1974. Buck Owens released the song "It's a Monster's Holiday."
Oh, wow.
It went to number 6 on the Billboard country charts, and it was the lead track off of an album that none of the other songs about Halloween. It's just called "It's a Monster's Holiday." Buck Owens, and the rest of the songs are regular country love tunes and all. It's very strange. So we're like, man, okay, this is our tune, because people are always saying, why don't you guys ever play Buck Owens? How come you guys played it, Crystal Palace and all that stuff? But we're not a country band. All right, let me kind of dig through it. He did a Halloween tune, and it's totally nutso crazy, and it was a hit. Okay, I took it to the band. The guys go, I don't know if we can make this work. They made it work, and here it is. Buck Owens, "It's a Monster's Holiday," Mento Brew style.
Frankenstein was the first in line, and the Wolfman came up next. Dracula wasn't doing his stuff, breathing down my neck. Jump at bait tracks, here comes the hunchback, better get out of his way. Beep, beep, bye, bye, boo, boo, farming was a monster's holiday. Well, I hopped into bed and I covered up my head, said I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. I woke up Gotcha.
No, you're just normal.
Forge 103.9 New Sound. This is Real Talk, and that was "It's a Monster's Holiday," a holiday by Mento Buru.
Oh, you notice he always had a little twang in there. Holiday.
Holiday. But you know,
Okay.
I wanted to ask both of you guys a question because you guys are both here, right? You know, Goo Goo Muck, and then also it's Monsters Holiday have origins here in Bakersfield, right? When you guys put a project together, is that kind of like a necessity for you? Like, we want to bring back Bakersfield culture or history somehow, so that's kind of the music we want to make.
Well, it's just for this particular project, we had to find a Bakersfield connection. But, you know, even if it wasn't a project with the Arts Council of Kern, it's always fun to be able to connect the two, right, Cesario?
Absolutely, and it's one of those things too where Bakersfield has such a broadly influencing musical history. It's a smaller town, but it managed to change the face of music at least twice. So it's always a good thing to represent. So even if we're playing out of town, or even when we were first starting and playing in the '90s, whenever we would play in Los Angeles or any other places, it was one of those things of represent and dominate kind of thing. So
Everywhere we go, hey, Buck Owens.
Yeah.
We go to play
Yeah.
we'd go play in East LA, man. We'd go play in those warehouse parties in East Los Angeles, right there off of
The
Cesar
swamp
Chavez.
coolers, like
Yeah,
roll
like
swamp
really
coolers.
cool art shows, underground Chicano art shows, and they'd say, "Oh, you guys are from Bakersfield? Oh, Buck Owens."
Buck
I'm
Owens,
like,
yep.
everybody knew.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I travel somewhere and I meant, where are you from? Bakersfield. Oh, Buck Owens, Bakersfield Sound. I'm like, yep. You know,
y'all are crazy.
I-
Every time I go somewhere, I'm like, I'm from Bakersfield. Like, oh, where's that?
I used to get that, but I think the story of the Bakersfield Sound is kind of being told a little bit
Yeah.
more, and people who are music heads know it.
The Latino connection, that very important thread in that fabric, we're still waiting for that story to be told, because of any sort of documentary, it's only hinted that the influence of Spanish music onto and the song that you're always going to reference is "Streets of Bakersfield," because it's right there, the Tex-Mex sound that
Even their-
Flaco Jimenez, who played on the recording, the original accordion player used to play at El Barilito here in Bakersfield, and Buck Owens saw him and says, "I want to get that sound eventually incorporated into my country sound," and that's how it happened.
There's actually a pretty good little thing on YouTube about that.
Exactly.
Where they talk about that. It's a pretty cool story. Hey, another question for y'all. You all in the music scene. I have a buddy who told me, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, that there was like all these hipster bands from LA coming into Bakersfield, and they were into Kern County, and they're finding recording studios, or they're coming up here for inspiration trips. And he'd been reading about it in like kind of indie magazines and things like that. And he kind of said, Bakersfield really could be the Nashville of the West.
it was at one point.
At one point, but
Yeah.
but like he's like, it really could. Nashville's come back. I don't know if you see, everybody's going to Nashville right now.
Right.
Businesses are going to Nashville. Their tourism's up. I mean, Nashville is booming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that something that you could see?
Not just in country music, but just some music
in general.
Yeah, a lot of the articles that I write for the Bakersfield Californian, whenever I have to contact people, usually the representations in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
That other side of the Bakersfield sound story is that when you look at during that era, it's not just all about Buck Owens, but a lot of the other musicians that were recording for the big name artists in Hollywood at Capitol Records and helping to create that sound. They were all musicians from Bakersfield. But it seems like that whole history has been like, it's so silent.
Yeah.
Right, like there's not a lot of stories told about it, but you got tons of guys, and all those musicians, guys and gals. Like before Buck Owens, the big country artists out of Bakersfield were women. Those are the number one selling artists.
I
were
didn't know
women.
that.
And so that's a whole other show. That's a whole other series.
There's a film being made on Buck Owens' wife, I think.
Oh, Bonnie Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe there's a film being made on her.
Could be. There's one on Merle Haggard.
Well,
They just did that Bakersfield sound documentary that was at the Fox Theater, and they barely touched on the Mexican influence on it. It was just like they would show like those dance halls, and they showed one scene with a a little bit of like kind of Zoot Suiters dancing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Speaking of like Mexican influence, right?
Yes.
One thing that you guys always do, I notice on your guys' albums, right, is you have to put your heritage in it a little bit, right? So when I saw the list of this, and I'll tell a story and I'll be honest, because like I said, I haven't listened to the album yet, right? I haven't listened to any of the music you sent me yet. So it says Goo Goo Muck, right? And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then the next song that we're playing is actually called Choo Choo Moco? Yeah. Right? And it didn't really snap into me. I was like, okay, so what is the song about, off mic, getting ready for it, this interview part, right? And Andres just made a comment. He's like, it's just the Spanish version of Goo Goo Muck, right?
I only know that because Matt told me.
Okay.
I wouldn't have put it together.
But Matt, you guys, let me, like, what does this mean? Like, what's the process of translating a whole song?
Okay, well, without sounding, you know how most people, when they want to translate something, you put it in Google Translate and it comes out all butchered. If you were to play it to like a real Spanish speaker who knows one of the dialects authentically, they would be able to point out, oh, you did a Google Translate version. No, we didn't want to do that. It has never been done before. It's a song from 1962 by, a white guy in Bakersfield. Yeah. And so we're like, well, how are you going to translate this? Do we just say El Goo Goo Muck? No, that would sound stupid. So I reached out to a buddy of mine, Moises Vaquero in Los Angeles. He's a member of Las Cafeteras and Los Abandoned. And he goes, yeah, give it to me and I'll see what I could do. He put it to some kind of current and classic Mexico City style street slang. So instead of it being Goo Goo Muck, he's like, well, you can't say that. I'll just make up. So originally it was, he gave it a different name. He goes, no. Choo Choo Moco. That'll be the name. And that's the way it was.
Yep. And also if anybody that listens to both the English language version and the Spanish version, Matt approaches them vocally a little bit different. When we were in the studio, the way he approached the English version was, the direction was Vampire Henry Rollins. And he kind of went in that direction, so it's kind of like aggressive, but creepy, but like And then the Spanish one was a little bit more rolling off the tongue, and
a little bit more
smoother, a little bit more suavecito, a little smoother. But
because if you listen to a lot of those kind of like if in Mexico in the 50s, if an artist was covering a Elvis Presley like Hound Dog, they would sing it. They would try to sing it with a little bit of American swing. Yeah. But it would not come off the same way. So the way I did it was I took the same approach. So, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it in there because it's not. I don't do it the same way. It's completely distinct.
I think let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. One of you guys announce it for me.
Yeah.
Oh no, Matt, please.
Oh, okay. So this is on our Scalloween EP. This is Choo Choo Moco.
Salió. Es cuando me convierto en chuchumoco. Yeah, pues crucé mi bici rolando por ahí, buscando algo para deglutir. Te voy a atrapar, te voy a llevar, chuchumoco. Yo salgo por algo de comer. Mucho güey, no pares, te voy a comer. Y es que me anda rugiendo el estómago. Traigo hambre de perro, soy chuchumoco. Te voy a atrapar, te voy a llevar. Chuchumoco. moco, cholo y nahual. Te voy a atrapar, te voy a llevar, chuchu moco.
And there you have it. But before we go, here's one of the Dub Robot remixes of Goo Goo Muck titled Goo Goo Dub, of course. And uno más shameless plug, Scalloween by Mento Baru is available now at all digital music outlets. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Bye.
The Goo Goo Muck.
When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, turn into a teenage. You better duck when I show up. Muck. I'm the night headhunter looking for a head with the way out body underneath that head.
The Bako Tunes podcast with Matt Munoz. New episodes every week. And for the latest, be sure to follow us at Bako Tunes on Instagram and Twitter. That's BAKOTUNES. And be sure to like us, rate us, comment at us, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back next time.